I'm Emily.
Hello, I'm Joe.
And we're your Yellow Sofa presenters.
And we're reporting from the Cheltenham Design Festival.
We're here to give you a lowdown on what happened during the festival. About design?
Yes, I do. I am a designer. What do I care about design?
Yes.
I don't know.
How have you felt today's events have gone? You've been in three talks today.
Three today, yeah.
Overwhelmed?
Pretty busy, yeah. Two panels and one talk. I enjoyed my talk personally.
Yeah.
I get more pleasure out of that than fielding questions or being involved in other things, but it's all good. It's been a pretty humbling company.
Yeah. Do you feel...
I don't feel like I deserve that. But,
I was going to say, intimidating being on the panel.
Not intimidating, to be honest. I have my opinions and I sort of stand by them, but I wouldn't say I'm intimidated by it. I just feel quite honoured to share a stage with those kind of people.
Yeah.
People I look up to and admire from their respective fields. So yeah, like I said, I just feel like I deserve it. It's fine.
Do you think from the questions after the talks there's been a common thread running throughout that's maybe quite similar?
In terms of the whole day? Or?
Yeah, in terms of the people's views that they've been asked.
Well, I think the sort of subheading of this conference of the future of design has provoked a lot of that from people. Questions about digital and education, because obviously they're the two main things, and they have come up quite a lot. So in that respect, yeah, there's been a common thread, but I think each speaker or each event has provoked its own set of questions as well, which is healthy. It shows people that taking notice and care about asking it. So yeah, it's been good.
Yeah.
So clearly you care about design.
Yeah, well, I mean, I've kind of come from a background in marketing where
Which is
design
refreshing
was really important.
To find out actually.
Yeah.
So
there are some MPs who've done real jobs.
No,
if you can't design and marketing is a real job.
To know that you've got obviously a very large creative side to you, as well as this practical and political side, and I think as well from design people's point of view, it's kind of like, yeah, we've got somebody in there. Somebody's on our side, yeah.
Yeah,
so,
and it's needed actually, but I mean, you need external pressure on people like Michael Grove as well. Where is this going?
Yes. Don't send it everywhere.
No, I mean, absolutely, we have to be upfront about this, that he's got it wrong on the design and technology side of the national curriculum, and people need to lobby him, and we need to get people to, tell him what they think, and we need a sort of political pressure. We've got the sort of professional institutes and people lobbying, but we need everybody. There needs to be a sort of a weight of opinion behind this.
100%, I totally agree, yeah.
Because we need a national curriculum that's fit for the 21st century.
So you've been working for the Cheltenham Design Festival. Can you just let us into a bit of detailing about what you've been doing?
It's mad. It's mental. Well, my job is to work with the designers and we keep them right, and we help them. Basically, we take all their crazy ideas and we turn them into a reality. So I got involved with the festival back in July, and my job has just been involved with finding sponsors, raising money so that this festival can go ahead, because we could not do this festival if it was not for the generosity of our sponsors. And my secondary role in all that is keeping them happy for the duration of the festival. So it's an important job. Sponsors are important. We are grateful for them, and they have given us the funds to turn this into a fairly awesome festival.
Do you enjoy what you do here? Do you think you're doing an important thing for Cheltenham and as well perhaps design?
The Cheltenham thing isn't as important to me. What is important to me is what we're doing to stimulate the creative process and to put education back on the agenda politically. I think that there's a big point to what we're doing, and the reason people engage with us as a festival or as a design foundation generation is because they believe in what we're doing at engaging with the younger generation, inspiring them and showing them that there are career prospects and real ways, tangible ways that you can make money out of a career in design. So I love it, I love it, love it, love it.
Okay, first of all, do you care about design?
Yes, I care deeply about design. I've spent most of my life meddling with design, so yeah, I think it's a very important thing. An undesigned world feels neglected and sad, I would say, and a designed world feels cared for, like a nice garden.
That's very true, lovely metaphor.
What do you feel you give to the design world?
Oh, I don't know, that's a horrible question. A headache? I'm not sure. I think I kind of try and encourage people to look for the magic and kind of be excited about design. I'm still quite excited about design, having worked in the field for over 20 years, maybe gosh, I might be even 30 now. Yeah, I think there's always a new, fresh possibility, and hopefully I can encourage people to treat every design opportunity as that, an opportunity.
First of all, do you care about design?
I think I care about it more having been here than when you come to this, you realise actually it's about an awful lot more than what you think design is. Actually, what's interesting about today is the amount of people that haven't talked about design, but they've talked about social change. And actually, my background, I'm a sociologist. That's what I did my undergraduate degree in, and it kind of makes me think, what would happen if we put together some of our sociology students with some of our ethics students with some of our philosophy students with our design students? Because actually a lot of these people, although they've been working in commercial backgrounds, the thing that really drives them is an interest in how on earth we make this thing better than it is. So yeah, I'm more interested in it in terms of how we might apply it across other things, I think.
Do you think that could come into the university, maybe like how it's run or how it affects your job role, maybe?
I think so. I think it's interesting talking to the educationalists here as well, because actually there is a sort of philosophical thing about whether or not educational structures work to facilitate the kind of collaboration people have talked about here. And actually, you know, we tend to put students into silos, we tend to put them into courses that are separate from other courses, and we tend to do things which actually don't encourage the kind of behaviours that we've been talking about today. It's been really important, particularly collaboration. Collaboration is a word people use all the time, but often they don't do it. It's quite difficult to get people to do that, and behind that lies anxieties and fears. It's interesting, you know, a range of talks that have gone today from psychology to how fearful people are and how they put up barriers, through to people who are saying, well, actually, it's the Wild West out there, and unless we find some way of sharing and collaborating, we won't get anywhere. So I think there's a lot of learning for us in this. And actually, I think there's a lot of student research that we could do around this design festival to actually begin to look at some of these things in a different sort of way.
Do you care about design?
Absolutely. Design comes into everything that we do. I do it for a living, so it's very important to me.
Obviously the theme of pink is important to you. Where did pink come from, and how is it now impacted your career?
Your whole brand?
Yes, yeah. I'd love to say there's a deep and meaningful reason behind why we use pink. It's actually just my favourite colour. It has been really effective for us though, I think. We use quite a strong shade of pink, as you can see. And now I think people associate it with the business, so if they see something pink they'll often take a photograph, they'll tweet it to us. And we love that because it's such a lovely thing to receive. But it also represents brand engagement and people really getting on board with what we're doing. And it's a bit of fun as well.
Definitely, definitely.
Are there any exciting projects that you're working on at Pink Sky at the minute?
Oh, lots, yes. We are working on marketing and designing for fresh produce, so we do lots of work in the cherry industry, of all things. We're also working on a fantastic children's charity called Action for Children, and we're doing some branding work for a pitch campaign for them. We are also working for a group of nursing homes, which presents an entirely different challenge.
Yeah, so very mixed briefs that you have.
Yes.
Do you find most of your briefs come from directly in Cheltenham, or are they quite spread across the country or the globe?
We do have a lot of local business, but we also have clients in Kent, also in the USA and Spain, so yeah, a bit of a mix.
Yeah, definitely a mix.
We've seen you around the festival quite a bit.
Yeah, a lot.
Have you had a highlight so far?
Oh, that's so hard. Do you know, for me, I think actually what really speaks to me every year is the volunteers here. I think they're just fantastic. To see that level of passion being invested in design by quite young people just gives us a real hope for the future. So for me, the atmosphere and the commitment of everyone who makes it happen has just been brilliant, as well as some amazing speakers.
Yeah, definitely.
We're very privileged.
Definitely.
Well, clearly sustainability is a key criteria, and how can you design anything that doesn't include its own recycling?
Yeah.
It makes no sense whatsoever. And how can you design something that appeals and makes you want to buy it, and then is defunct and has no further purpose?
Yeah.
What's interesting for me right now are people like Asif Khan, who's an architect, and he largely works with local found elements to build buildings, and a lot of it is kind of reusing. And I think if we don't get involved with that kind of way of thinking, then there is going to be no civilization to buy the products of the future. It's just insanity.
I know. How much stuff can you throw away before there's nothing left to use?
We need to be able to create products that are upgradable.
Yeah.
So I know certain companies are working with the idea that actually the hardware stays the same, but the software upgrades over time and helps change behaviour. Because how can you defend something that takes so many resources and then it's just trash?
Yeah, it's almost like they've designed it to be thrown away, like to not have, like designed it up to the point where you can have this for 2 months and now you need to buy something else.
I hate to say it, it goes back to the Thatcherite idea that consumerism makes us happy.
Yeah.
Before then, the idea of what you bought was who you were. It didn't really exist.
Yeah.
And they introduced that. So turning everything, turning these emotions into objects that you could purchase is such a shift.
Retail therapy, for instance, I suppose.
Retail leads to therapy, I think.
Perhaps.
So you can't have an artist or a designer working in isolation. They need to be working with scientists or biotech or social planners or politicians or educators and even in design you have to be working, you have to understand sound design, interactive design, look and feel, experience of the user. I mean, it's huge. You can't just be like, I just do a font. It's all over.
If you could say go back to your younger self, is there anything, any wisdom?
Now?
Is there any wisdom you would impart on yourself now?
I would do it all the same.
All the same.
The way I learned was I treated college as a time for experiment because I thought I'd probably never get a chance to do it again.
Yeah.
And I also took the attitude that whatever the tutors told me was wrong.
Yeah.
Okay. So that was my starting point. So I was failed by my tutors at college who said I had no commercial potential. Right? But because I used the time to experiment, it really kind of honed my thinking. And I think I would do it exactly the same.
Do you think how you sort of fought against your tutors and what they said, is that why, say, some of your more controversial work has been more publicised? Is that a conscious decision or just something for fun? Or?
No, I've just always pursued my own way of working.
Yeah.
But designers should always question.
Yeah.
That's always.
Is there a better way to solve it?
It's not a way. No, you see, that's the other problem. People think that design is about problem solving. Because all you can communicate then is the problem itself. Right? Because if that's your starting point, what you have to do is work a different way and imagine a different future and build that. Then you map that onto what you're doing or what exists now. And then that just defines the points that need to be changed. So designers should be visionary.